Thank you everyone for being here and request you all to please be seated. Once again, welcome to this prestigious award, FTCCI HR Awards ceremony for 2022. And we are starting this ceremony with a panel discussion on HR technology, human resources and technology, what to expect. So nowadays, since technology is pervading all walks of life and everywhere in our lives, we thought that this is a apt topic or subject for the today's panel discussion. And I invite the panel members to please come on to the stage. Dr. Rajkumar, founder and CEO, HR Services. Welcome, madam. And I invite Mr. Jaipal Reddy, Vice President, HR, Hetero Labs. And I invite Mr. Kalyan, moderator of this panel discussion. He is a director and founder of Serve HR. Request our president to invite the panel members by presenting a plant, sir. Request our president to welcome our panel members by presenting the plant. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again to all panel members and welcome you all, and request Mr. Kalyan to please take over. Thank you.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kalyan Duva, founder, Serve HR Solutions, a technology services integrated company. A very warm welcome to all of you for attending this panel session on human resources and technology, what to expect. Followed by HR Achievers Award, 4th edition, and unveiling the report on best practices. I take this privilege an opportunity to invite our eminent panelists today to give their valid inputs on the panel topic. So I would give a brief introduction about each of the panelists. I welcome Ms. Srividya Jayaraman ma'am, Vice President, Randstad Offshore Services, comes with more than 2 decades of HR experience, trainer all over Asia, primarily focused on certain areas of HR, especially compensation, HR analytics, and senior leadership development. Handle the entire gamut of HR in varied leadership roles and also as a head HR. She has received many awards, especially naming few: Super HR Achievers Award in the year 2019 and Women Excellence Award in 2019. Welcome, ma'am. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Raj, who is the CEO and founder of HR Footprints Management Services. Comes with more than 3.5 decades of professional experience in the areas of teaching, consulting, and corporate leadership roles. Besides mentoring the HR Footprints team, he acts as an advisor and executive coach to several top leaders and promoters. I'm happy to share with you all, Dr. Raj is a gold medalist in BA and awarded doctoral degree in operations research. He is also a recipient of several awards and honors, including Super Achiever Awards. Welcome, sir. It's my other privilege to invite Jaipal Reddy, sir, Vice President of Hetero Labs Limited, with a professional experience of 21 years and expertise in human resource management and IR industrial relationships, specialized in employee relations in pharmaceutical industry. I'm naming a few of the degrees what we have: PGDM from HLRI, an MBA in HRD, and PG Diploma in HR, many other degrees in his name. He's a proficient in strategy and planning and policy formulation. He's a member of NHRD and SHRM and many other forums. Welcome, sir. Now first, let's initiate today's topic on human resources and technology, what to expect. Let me set the context first. Human resources and technology, what to expect. As we have been seeing, people management has been the core focus of HR functions. As phases evolved, HR function has specialized the categories of HR function into payroll, compliances, and processes like performance management, employee relations to manage at ease. And as things moved, we have seen few industries have started adopting technology. That something is happening, let's start adapting it. They started automating payroll, then attendance management. And few industries later thought it can go beyond, and they started exploring and integrating other services or areas of HR. Then as we have evolved, we have seen organizations were growing at a very rapid pace. In fact, it was an exponential growth with large volume of employee counts propelling at a very fast pace. Then fast change in reforms, global impact, and not to leave out COVID, which has pushed us to lead an entire different normal life altogether. With this, HR process integration with technology has become essential, is it not? Without which it is becoming impossible to sustain HR practices and people processes. Even if I look at the stats, in fact, I would like to quote that in last 3 years, we have been unveiling the HR best practices report. And we have been seeing the industry segments like large, medium, and small have been aligning the HR technology with various facets of on the HR function. They have been exploring every aspect to align HR technology, and the graph is improving yearly. So it is evident that HR technology is integrated. It's an aligned function. We cannot sustain the department without having the technology in place. So as it's integrated, and we know that we need to move on with it, let's unfold next 40 minutes of our session with our eminent panelist in understanding the need, importance, change, and experiences with technology. I request all the audience to keep their questions ready to be asked at the end of the session. Now we have eminent panelists with us. I'm happy to say they are the stalwarts among us who have been seeing the evolution of technology and HR process integration, addressing HR challenges, and also have experienced sustainable HR practices in multiple environments. I'm very happy that they are here. Once again, I welcome all the panelists, and I request them to initiate with opening remarks on the topic. Thank you.
Hi, good evening, good dignitaries and the team members, audience. HR is such a beautiful subject, you know, because you're dealing with people. That's something that's going to be common. I mean, machinery, money, all those things can change, but the people is something that's most important. When I was asked like opening remark, as I see, you know, two decades before there was no technology. That's when I started. Everything was register, files, papers. I think we had a Casio calculator, and that we felt was biggest thing that we ever received. And today, if a Dell laptop is not given, you feel very bad about it. So we have reached that stage, and we have had lot of evolution in human resources. Many people say HR and technology do not link, but to be very frank, technology is there every place, and if in case you really want your people to develop, then I think you need technology because the HR team will have to work closely with the people and not do administrative tasks. So that's what I feel the technology is going to help you, and it's not going to do, I have heard many a times people talk about AI and that it's going to replace HR, and I'm looking forward to that day because I'm sure that's going to be a real learning for me, because there is someone who has to actually drive the AI as well. So I'll have an opportunity to learn about that. So I'm looking forward to those kind of transitions. But today, when I look at it, the before COVID and the after COVID era, so I call it as a BC and AC. I'm sure all of us studied this in school in our history, right? BC and AC. So now it's before COVID and after COVID. Today, simple attendance you cannot take in Excel, so you need technology. And hybrid is what we are talking about. So real time for the human resource team to actually step up, support the industry so that they grow faster. And end of the day, guys, if an industry has to grow faster, it is the people.
Thank you, ma'am. It's very simply kept that even an attendance we have to manage today, we need a technology tool. Very simply said. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity, first of all. It's been long since I sat on this side of the table. I think just changing from that chair to this chair compels you to sound a little profound. Otherwise, I think you can be as normal as anyone sitting on the other side. Just because they gave me this chair, I have to sound. Now, I was just reflecting on the whole topic of HR, tech, and HR and tech. I always get fascinated with how much research we do when we buy a mobile phone. We want the latest. We check every detail, all the specs, right? The tech specs and all of that. Finally, when I really, all the josh of buying that, glossy looking phone is over, finally I end up using only those few things. Right? How many of us realize this? Right? All of us realize that, right? But we are so particular. What is that, the speed and the memory, and what is the operating system? Is it 13.1.5 or is it only 13.1.4? We go into so much of details, but finally I use it for WhatsApp, I use it for YouTube or Insta or my own phones or emails. Finally it is that. Now the point here is HR technology sometimes in many companies is like, oh my God, everyone is having an iPhone. If you don't have one, you look so odd. So you must buy. So therefore I buy. But then I keep asking my son how to operate that. I think many companies, with all due respect, may fall into this trap if we don't really define why we need technology. Why we need technology? I always like to start any of this adoption by asking this question, why do I need what I'm looking for? Ask that question. If you have 5 strong reasons, 5 compelling reasons, not from HR side, because HR can cook up our own business case, why I want the most fancy technology. It is more for the business. Will this technology make anyone's life in this organization, business leaders, employees, my stakeholders of HR, will it make their life any easier? If I have 5 good reasons, I think go ahead and invest. If I don't, then just because my neighbor bought, neighbor's envy, owner's pride, I think that should not be the case. So I think that's my opening remark. Maybe I'll elaborate on some of these points a little later. Thank you.
So thank you, FAPSI, for inviting me as a panel member. So technology HR is a need of hour. If you see, the world is transforming last 2 decades. See last 20 years back how HR was. Today how, department names are changing quite often. So today every company is naming as the chief people officer, employee relation officer, I was chief learning officer. There are many changes. Transformation is happening. So there is evolvement. There is a lot of evolvement is happening in terms of technology. So those days, if you see, as Jayaraman told, pre-COVID and post-COVID, did we imagine that there is a tremendous change in terms of working, the way people works? We have seen hybrid working, remote working. We have even children. Today, people, our children have gone through that online classes. So the way we have changed, everything has changed in terms of technology, in terms of everything. So what I would like to tell you here is, there is a lot of transformation happening. It's a need of our technology. So take HR as a subject, starting from your employee experience, building your employee experience, and onboarding, your recruitment, your strategy, your employee relations, your compensation and benefits, everywhere you can automate your technology so that it will be easy. You'll have to give nice experience to employees. Today, if you don't give experience to employees, to some others will give same experience. So in these cases, what will happen? You may have to lose your talent. So in this case, it is a need of our technology. It is evolving today. Many companies today, 10 years back, what technology was there. Today, the technology is outdated. So fastly, even technology providers also changing, very frequent. Then they are developing their products. So today, chatbot, everything is available in WhatsApp. You take, so tomorrow if I wanted to buy a product, simply you can go to the WhatsApp and buy the product. So technology, similarly, we have a product called Vibe. Simply, employee can chat with HR. Within no time, they can get their pay slips and their documents. Within no time, within 2 minutes, they can get their documents online. That is the way technology is emerging. So you take, people are talking about RPA, robotic process automation, artificial intelligence, then metaverse. There are a lot of technologies are coming in future. So we'll have to align to that. If you really wanted to be in the fast-paced change market, you as a HR person should be competitive and you should try to update your skills. Then, so you try to upgrade technology in the company so that it will be easy for you to run the company and be a part of the growth of the organization. Thank you.
Very well said, sir. As Raj sir said, defining what we want is the key factor. What is that you are looking at to automate? And second aspect is, you can, what I understand from Jaypal sir is that total HR life cycle can be automated. But structure it, look at your talent, and you look at your competences of your team. Thank you very much for your opening remarks to the panelists. So I would like to initiate with a few questions. Ma'am, I would like to put a first question to you. Like, in your experience, to what extent HR function can be automated, and how does it add value?
So I will have to take few points and borrow it from both of them. True HR, I have to borrow. So when I look at it, any HR technology, anything can be automated today. He did speak about employee experience, and Dr. Raj actually spoke about, do we really need that? So this is something that the organization will have to actually think about it. When I say organization has to think about it, is based on the usability of it, the output of it. That's what we have to think. So even when you buy a mobile, you start thinking about, oh, I do want to buy an iPhone, but do I have that much money? Does it give the ROI? I'm sure all the people who are from the industry would think the same. And post-COVID, I think all of us are thinking from the money angle more. So for us today, the market is such that, an employee has to be retained. For a HR, an employee is a client. For a HR, the business team, the business managers, the senior leaders, they are also my client. So I need to actually look into the 360-degree angle. So I have to retain, and I have to also answer to my management. So to me, a technology that can precisely take care of both is something that I need. So when I look at it, they have to adapt. It's not like HR is adapting. It is employee who has to adapt, and my management also has to adapt. So when I say, a technology is so beautiful, it's a very lengthy topic, but then my apologies, I'll take 5 more minutes before I close this. So when I look at it, there are multiple things I could note it down. One was employee self-service. My data is there in the HRM tool. So a management can see how many people are there, male, female. You want to do any analytics, you have all those things. How many, what education, every bit of information that a management want. They have it. But as a employee, you can trigger their important days, they complete their birthdays, those memories, you can create. So there you're saying that you are special for me. So that self-service, I want something and, I don't know if I can call my HR at 10 p.m. It'll look awkward, but I have a self-service. So you're actually looking at a manager can look at it, an employee can look at it, a HR, and the business in any aspect of it, a technology can actually precisely help. LMS, today I'm not even forcing an employee to come to a training room. You learn whenever you want. You have an LMS, so there is something called mobile technology. People can learn through the mobile, and then you have like pre-learning, post-learning, and then subsequently you have certain projects. So you ensure the learning is complete. So that's where these technology are precisely helping, unlike in our times, or when I say our times, it looked very old, but then still, that's the reality. We used to have a training room. We used to have the trainer come in. We have to beg the managers to let their employees to come for the training. So there were so many things that used to happen, and today it's just going with a click of a button, and employees are attending the training. You are able to upgrade them. You are able to take care of every bit of activity. That I feel technology is helping. Whether you want to give a feedback or the manager want to give a feedback, it's becoming easier. There's a beautiful way of saying it, anonymous feedback. So you can develop yourself. So multiple ways. So technology has, I don't know, I feel like talking more of tech kind of it right now.
Fine, ma'am. That's okay.
So, thank you.
So, important point made here, accessibility to all. Either it's HR, employees, or management. That's what this technology is all about. Thank you, ma'am, for the valid input. So I would like to have both of your comments on it, being representing the manufacturing or the service segment. How do this large-based service and manufacturing companies integrate HR process with technology?
It's the right question. So, manufacturing industry, driving force, any kind of technology if you would like to implement, because manufacturing industry will have a different nature, different kind of people, from white collar to blue collar. Today, as a company, we take at Hyderabad, we have almost 25,000 employees. At blue collar, at operator level, we have roughly about 10,000 employees. How do we drive this technology in the large industry? So we cannot, it should be done in a phased manner. We cannot drive in a day or two and force the employees to do. So first you will have to buy in your employee experience. So what will happen is, first you try to give experience to your employees. How is it is going to, your technology is going to help you in terms of building a nice employee experience. When I say what we do is, as a company, we try to take one unit as a pilot, then we try to take one application and try to convince stakeholders, all stakeholders. Stakeholders are very important. So as a HR, you sit at corporate office and I wanted to implement this technology, so nobody will accept. So tomorrow you will have to struggle. So as a company, what you will have to do is, you will have to buy in the stakeholders' opinion, then slowly convince them, then implement slowly, phased manner. So you see, we have recently rolled out Darwin Bucks about 2 years back, which is one of the leading platform in India. So we used to use only, earlier about 10 years back, only record keeping, everything was manual. So we wanted to move into technology. So now today, we have rolled out Darwin Bucks across the group. So to implement across the group along with 25,000 employees has become very difficult. My entire team, about 40-50 members of team, used to struggle every day. They should go to unit, try to convince stakeholders how it is going to help. We have arranged kiosks. So, today technology, when he says iPhones, so as a company, pharma industry, we don't encourage any employees to carry mobiles plant inside of the plant, because considering the safety. So how can they use the technology? Though you roll out the technology by sitting at corporate office, if people don't use, what is the use? You are investing a lot of money. So what we do is, we have arranged kiosks in every area where it is accessible to people. So people can go, today if somebody wants their payslip, simply they can go and log in the kiosk, then they can download payslips. They can apply the leaves online. They can see their e-learning modules. So today, Learning has become, while traveling also you can easily, so both days, those days are gone. People used to go to classrooms and spend 8 hours, 10 hours. Today, even those leaders level also, people are not having much time. Even two minutes of the videos we take from international companies, 2 minutes of the even leadership sessions, people are not reading, watching. So it's become very difficult because you will have to buy in the opinion of stakeholders. That is very important. So we always try to convince and buy in the opinion of people inside, stakeholders. Then we try to implement in one area, one plant. So if it is successful, then what will happen is this will become role model to all other plants. So once somebody sees, no, there is a transformation is happening, then other plant people come, sir, other plants transformation is happening. We also would like to be part of the transformation. So that this is not that easy implementing in a manufacturing industry where you have a lot of blue collar employees. You have to train them, conduct many sessions, lot of areas you need to focus. So it will be easy for you to implement it across the industry, manufacturing industry. Today, you see, we are talking about generations, Gen X, Gen Z, Gen Y, millennials. So how do we handle millennials? Gen X, okay, they are comfortable with their lifestyle. Gen Z and millennials, they want fast-paced manner, technology. Today, everybody, they want everything on the mobile. So how do we meet their expectations? So young generation, we hire almost 50% of the staff from rural areas. Fresh talent we always encourage. But as we encourage, HR also, you should meet expectations of people in terms of technology. So people say, sir, I need a payslip within 2 minutes. So these are their expectations. So to meet their expectations, millennials, so HR also is to upgrade your skills and at the same time your technology so that you will be able to compete in the fast-paced manner.
Wonderful. I think what you mentioned just takes me back to about 2 decades where when I used to work with Infosys, this used to be the primary model that the founder directors that time, Mr. Dinesh and Mr. Nandan, they used to always advise HR, whatever you wanted to implement, always take it on a pilot, have a pre and post evaluation on the benefits, and if you find something very meaningful, then scale it up. And then show that as a model for all other people to embrace the whole thing. I think that's a beautiful kind of thing. Instead of really rolling out whole hog and on a big splash, I think this used to be always a very pragmatic approach. It just reminded me about that. Now, when it comes to the question about how do we adopt technology in large scale manufacturing and all that. See, one is I think scale necessitates technology. I mean, there's no option there. The moment you want to manage scale, according to me, I think technology adoption should be based on the scalability, repeatability, something that keeps on happening, recurring kind of thing, every month, every week, every day, it keeps on happening. So if you have repetitive kind of things like that, I think obviously they are the good candidates for technology adoption. And wherever you have large scale, you want to reach out to 10,000 people, 20,000 people, 1 lakh people, you have to have technology. So that's another criteria, scalability, repeatability, and more importantly, the third one is, according to me, is uniformity. Left alone, different units might tweak what you wanted to implement and then start giving their own narrative. And if you don't want that, then standardize the process and whatever is uniformly have to be administered, then adopt technology. I think to me, in my mind, whenever I recommend, choose what is to be automated or adopted as technology solution, I think these are my criteria, usually. Now, this is my criteria where to choose technology, but according to me, the potential of technology is enormous. The way I see is technology moves 10 times or maybe 100 times faster than what HR can adopt or what people can adopt. Because technology evolves so fast. It's just that I think the ability of HR as an organization, as an entity, or the people as human living beings, their adaptability to technology will be a big challenge. Their readiness to embrace. So it's not a question what can be automated, anything can be automated. I think we have seen how prime ministers can appear here or chief ministers can participate in the same panel discussion without being here. I think technologies are immense potential. But what is that we are ready? The readiness of the organization. I think to me that's a very, very important element. And that readiness varies from organization to organization so much. And therefore, I normally don't recommend that copying best practices is not the best practice. According to me, copying best practice is not the best practice. Learn from best practices. Learn, get inspiration. But don't just copy because that soil is different, your soil is different. Don't steal a plant from neighbor's house and plant it in your wrong soil. It will die.
Thank you, sir. It's a very well said, the inputs of both of them. Look at the phased-wise approach. It should be a pilot-based model. It should be with accountability and uniformity. And we should not copy. That's the best part of it. Thank you. So my next question is to you, ma'am. In the current context, what are the 3 focus areas of HR you feel need to be automated? There is no other route. These are the 3 things which we, from an industry point of view, or small, medium, or large, that these are the 3 areas of HR which need to be automated.
Okay, you're also talking about small? Okay. So it all depends, if in case you have maximum number of recruitment, then I would always say recruiting is something that you need to automate. Employee onboarding. I come from a different world, like I come from a world where everybody knows technology more than the HR. So we are always considered to be non-IT guys. Anything non-IT, please reach out to Sri Vidya. So that's how it used to be. So I can understand, your pain points, but our pain points are they know more than us. Okay, and then we always end up looking different. Okay, so recruitment is one area where I feel, but again, if you have more, then it makes, but if in a month you have very less, then I think that's not the right. But onboarding, the employee database maintenance, the payroll, I think has a lot of nuances that I think if automated would give a lot of scope for the HR, where they will have more time because those are routine, regular activities, and they will have more time to spend with the employees, one-on-one, and that's where I feel we should focus on. Yeah.
So would you like to comment on the same question?
Same question. I was reminded about one very interesting thing about once in one organization, the HR technology was implemented to run the performance management system, the appraisals, feedback and all that. So from that year onwards, when employees started asking boss, when will you give me feedback? Oh, I already uploaded. Haven't you seen it? Go and check it up. And the boss passed. And all those bunch of guys kept coming to HR saying, is this what is technology now? That our bosses are not going to talk to us anymore? Because when I asked, that fellow says, go and read it. Now the interesting thing is, there is an interesting insight that I learned from here is, you tend to delegate difficult tasks to technology. Because giving feedback is a human thing, right? Looking into your eyes and giving honest feedback is not an easy job. And that I want technology to take care, okay? Now, anything else, if it is easy, come. I will personally hand over the letter, promotion letter. That I will give you. Because this is easy to do. I think the point here is, if we adopt our convenience models of what to automate, not to automate, I think we will adopt what is easier. We will do. What is difficult, I will leave it to technology. But I think what we need to possibly start thinking is, again, my same basic 3 principles that I shared earlier also, that whatever need to be scaled up, whatever needs to be uniformly applied, whatever needs to be, I missed the third one. I said 3 criteria. Repeatability, uniformity, and scalability. So if those are the kind of thing, and that is what I think is ideal cases, I think those things organizations very easily adopt. Like now I think post-COVID or before COVID, even before COVID, lot of field force organizations, field force, used to have a huge problem of how to account for the attendance of my sales guys, who may be sitting at home or going and visiting the clients, or I have no idea kind of thing. Now with all these geo spotting, etc., tagging, I think the guy has to sort of log in exactly where you are at any given moment and all that. So I think those systems are quite very convenient. I think those things must be my simple approach is those three things, or otherwise you just list down what are the pain points that you have. Pain points from the stakeholders' point of view, and then accordingly choose which areas you want to automate.
So good point, Raj. You reminded me. I'll give one case which we have faced. So there was a performance appraisal happened, appraisal completed. We are rationalizing, then we have taken entire ratings into the system, then we have started rationalizing. So we have to do bell curve. So when I'm trying to bell curve, I was talking to one of the section in charge. How come all your department are not meeting expectations? There are performers. Then he simply said, sir, I don't know what to write. I simply marked everything as a PME. He doesn't know what is PME. So today, if you don't interact with the people, human touch is very important. If you don't interact and if you don't develop rapport with the people, so technology, that's what is a disruption. We call this as a disruption. So technology is also disruption. So if you can't engage, those days, previous days you take a decade back, so we used to interact with people every day. But today, everything is happening over mobile. Everything is happening through system, which is a disruption again. So as a company, as a HR, you should always have a human touch with employees. So coming to the point, so top 3 focus areas would be, I can say, onboarding. Today, every employee will have a first day, they will have a kind of, how is my company is going to be. So you will have to give them nice experience. So when they join your company, so they should feel that I'm going to join a world-class company where I'm going to have a better experience or better work experience. So you should have a proper onboarding technology in place so that employee will have a nice feelings about the company. Then coming to your internal talent, developing internal leaders is very important as HR. So today the fast-paced developing country and fast-paced manner, you're getting right talent at right time has become very difficult. You are looking, some of the positions we have been working on for 6 months, so we are unable to get right talent. What we always do is, instead of hiring right talent from outside, as a company we try to invest developing internal leaders so that they will be able to support our operations internally. So we have you have to focus on developing internal leaders. There is a performance application and succession planning. There are 2-3 different models you have to develop so that it will be easy for you to understand how are they, then who are the second line leaders in your company with the competencies that your company required. Then third is performance management, as I told. Then compliance is also one of the most important aspect. You need to automate your compliance. Today, we as a company, I can see my dashboard, what is my compliance stage in terms of PF, in terms of ESI, in terms of licenses, how are they, where I am, so where I am lacking. So this is very important. Today, every time you get a lot of inquiries, 7B inquiry or 7E inquiry, a lot of inquiries comes from the teams. So after implementing these compliance tools, we are safe so that it will be easy for you to monitor your compliance status as a manufacturing industry.
Thank you, sir. Thanks. Yeah, please.
With your permit,
Please, sir.
Just one point, I think, as I was listening to Jaipal, just triggered to me. I think one way of looking at this whole thing is, among all the HR functions, which of them can be run as mere processes? Like all the beautiful points that he mentioned about the compliances, they're all processes. You have to adhere to those kind of things. So I think the technology will give that entire discipline. Whatever can be run as a high process, but whatever has to be done as high touch is more human. And I think high touch is not suitable for high tech. I think high process is really suitable for high tech. So that's one point I just wanted to share with you.
Thank you. So with time on, I would like to take a last question with all the panelists. I need comments that technology integrated with HR function and with a lot of new disruptions happening in this space. So what do you expect moving forward? A lot of disruption happening. What do we expect moving forward? Quick comments.
Okay. The technology in HR is such beautiful that I think more industries are coming in that area because they feel that's one place where everybody has a pain point. And many HRs are coming in. We used to have very less HR. When I studied in Simbi, I had only 5 students who were in HR class. And today I have 300 students in one, right? So it's becoming such that, any technology, we are all becoming technology thanks to COVID. And kids today, Generation Z and all those things, I have only one thing, irrespective of what be the technology, people still want to interact with people. You have a beautiful tool called customer care. You have one dabaiye, so it will do this, do dabaiye, and then finally we actually directly try to press 9 or 0 where we want to do that in human interaction. We want to call that guy and here it will be the same. Probably the answer is there in 1 or 3 or somewhere, but we still want to hear from the other person and we want to actually vent it out or whatever. So I think that's what we have to do with the human resources as well. Wherever the team members want to just download the payslip and other things, so one dabaiye, do dabaiye works in HR as well. And wherever they really want to be with the HR, be available for the people. So that's what I would say. So technology has to be there in every place. I think today HRM tool is beautiful that it's there in your mobile as well. You can put your attendance, you can download your payslip, you can upload your tax documents. Everything happens only in your mobile. You don't need a laptop. So I would say human forward rather than the technology, which I feel is required. But at the same time, you have to understand the one inherent quality of people as well. We used to have a notice board. I'm sure people would recognize some change in the policy, some change in the process we used to put in the notice board. And after 10 days, people will say, oh, maine nahi dekha. I have not seen that. And then we had beautiful thing called send a mail. And the mail would, anything goes from the HR is always in the spam and junk. So people don't read it. So now with technology, the beautiful thing is, I have learned 2 things. One, blast. They do this blast, and second one, they make it a screensaver. You like it or you don't like it, you switch it on and you have to see that and you can't say, I didn't see this. You got it. So that's the beauty of technology. So whatever it is, we need technology, and going forward, it has to be such that we understand the generation, but at the same time, it has to help the organization grow fast. The college students who are coming, I can't use them as is. Whatever they learn and what we do in the organization are completely different. So they need to be trained. And I need to say 12 years of an education, but I need to train them in 3 months so that they are able to work. So that fast I have to run. So that's the technology I need. But at the same time, yes, human resources is, the new names that people are giving, talent acquisition or the chief people officer, employee experience. So these are some of the things which actually talks about the challenges, and that's actually coming out in the form of a title. That's what I feel.
Thank you, ma'am. So human touch is the key point. Thank you, ma'am.
So I don't call it as a disruption. Disruption when you say, today I think you will get, lot of you will get messages. So once you click on the message, so you will lose your entire money from the account. So talent, it is your technology is creating like that. One of our employee called me last week, said, sir, I have lost 1.5 lakhs, sir, from my account 1.5 lakh. Then what has happened, sir? One message came. So mentioned, please you have to update your KYC, click the following link. So he has clicked the link. Within 2 minutes, one more account created on his name in the same bank. His amount has been transferred to other account. This technology, so your fast-paced manner technology is upgrading, similarly disruptions are happening. So you will have to use this technology in a right way. So if you don't use for right purpose, automatically every technology you can manipulate. Every technology you will have a negatives. So HR itself, there are many things. One case if I refer, people, earlier we used to pay through registers. There won't be any issues. You know, you used to calculate, then you used to give the salary. One of our plant now, I've seen one member, simply, he has not inactivated the employee, so simply he mentioned his account number in the payroll sheet. 1 year, 12 months, he has got the salary of the employee who left from the company. So technology, if you really wanted to use in a right way, it is easy to use, but only thing is if somebody wanted with a negative thought process, no, so it will always create disruption in the industry. Then coming to your recruitment, today fast-paced recruitment, bunch of people you need to hire. Today we have a target of hiring 2,000 people. How do we hire 2,000 people? You cannot, without using technology, it's too tough to hire people. Today, when we go to college, you know, everybody can just scan QR code, then they can write exam. So today, I have a data of 20,000 people who have attended exam last 1 year. So today I can see what are my analytics, how many people have written, how many people have selected. So if you don't use in a proper way, it will always disruption. So in terms of health and well-being, today doctor is 24 hours doctor is available over telephone. So it is easy for you to get the advice from the doctor. Lot of things are moving, health and well-being, then technology, then diversity inclusion. Everybody today talking about diversity inclusion. So all these things, if you have to use in a right way, it will be, then it is going to help in terms of building a great company.
Thank you.
I'll keep it very brief because I think both of them have covered it so beautifully. I think my only, the way I look at the future is, I think technology is bound to invade us. I think that's not going to be stopping at all. Now, the biggest challenge that I see for HR is how do we really balance between technology and your human touch? It's going to be, there's no one uniform solution, but I think it's going to be a biggest problem as I foresee, because I think moving forward, on one side, when you read one report, it says employee engagement matters and it makes business difference. And for employee engagement, you need human touch. And on the other side, technology invades you. And you don't know how to really engage with employees, and you start detaching employees. And employee name becomes employee code. And that the moment that happens, when I go to my payroll guy and says, can you please check why my salary got deducted by 20,000 rupees or something? My name is Dr. Raj. I said, no, don't tell me your name. What is your employee code? Okay, now you talked about employee experience, right? In the previous panel discussion, that's what the employee starts thinking. Yesterday only you gave a delivery lectured about employee experience, and today you talk about like this. This dichotomy is something which is going to be really haunting the HR people. Now, I really do not know how to fix this, but that sensitivity of the human resource professionals, ability to manage very delicately, reap the benefits of technology, but never lose touch with employees. How do we really balance between these two? I think that human skill is going to make a huge difference among the HR professionals. That is what I see as one of the future challenges.
Thank you. So, thank you for the valid inputs. As we are running short of time, we have to sum it up as we have to follow with the HR Achievers Award. So as we have seen, we have got really a valid insights on the technology usage, current and for the future. To sum it up, very important aspect is usability and how do we manage that sensitivity with a human touch. Another important aspect is people development. We cannot override technology with people development. The technology is used for people development. That's another aspect. One thing which is define what you want. Define what exactly you're looking for your organization or industry from a technology aspect, what we are looking at it. And important is accessibility to all. These are the few key points which I could make through this valid insights. I thank the panelists for taking their time and coming in, providing their valuable inputs. And I would like to also thank FTCCI HRIR committee for enabling us to do this panel session. Thank you very much. I extremely apologize that we are not able to take questions. Okay, if anything, you can reach out to Federation Secretarial of any questions you have. We would see that those questions are given to the experts and we reply back to you. Thank you very much. And we would continue to have such sessions in the future. Thank you very much.
I promise to respond
thank
to
you.
any question that you have. Please do reach out in whatever way. Whatever best that I can do to respond back, I will do that. And specifically, I just want to mention just 2 appreciation points. One is, I think, starting the panel discussion on dot. I think that was amazing. Amazing. As soon as I think it was 4 o'clock, I think the announcement was made. And another beautiful thing is, I think, giving this plant, which really forces me to take this to my home and nurture that. Nurture that. It's not a bouquet that I can leave behind. This is the plant. And that's a great gesture. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. And I request our office bearers to please come on to the stage to have a group photo with the panel members. Anil Agarwal sir, President FTCCI, and Meela Jaydev garu, Senior Vice President, Suresh Kumar Singhal, Vice President, and also Ravi Kumar garu, Chair of HR and IR Committee.
Probably one lady that side and one lady this side. Yeah. Just go, madam. Balance it. It's all women empowerment.
Thank you, and I request our office bearers to please present mementos to our all esteemed panel members. And thank you, Kalyan, for that beautiful discussion on technology and what to expect. And I request our president to present a memento to Mr. Kalyan. And to Dr. Rajkumar. And to Ms. Srividya Jayaraman. Please, all of them you can give. And to Dr. Jaypal Reddy. Thanks a lot. And for the awards presentation ceremony, we have the Chief Secretary, Government of Telangana as the chief guest, and Justice Honorable Challa Kodanram Garu as a guest of honor. So once the chief guest arrives, we will have a photo session on the ground floor. I request all the MC members, HR committee members, and also the award winners to please come to the ground floor. As soon as the chief guest arrives, we will have the photo session. Thank you. And here we are having a small tea break. And the jury members, sorry, and all the jury members. Yeah, and we have a small tea break now from now it is 10 minutes. So as soon as the chief guest arrives, we will have photo session and we all will come back. But meanwhile, the participants, the esteemed guests can have the tea, the backside.
Tea break is just backside of this, and all the people.
I take this opportunity in welcoming our distinguished dignitaries, leadership team of FTCCI, winners of HR awards and their teams, our jury panel members, who have taken time out for the assessment and evaluation, and our guests. It's indeed a proud moment today at FTCCI as we have the 4th edition of HR Awards year 2022. I'm Arvind Mathur. I'm associated with Cyient, a leading engineering services company. I'm responsible as Senior Director and Head for HR compliance, apprenticeship program management, and deployment of talent across borders. It is rightly believed that human HR lies at the heart of each organization, as it's responsible for managing the most valuable resource that belongs to the organization, that's the employees. Managing the ever-increasing workforce can be a mammoth task, and an efficient functioning HR department only guarantees streamlined progress for an organization towards its vision and mission. Evolving from a stereotypical fire and hire model, HR now acts as a bridge between the achievement of employee goals and company outcomes. The role of HR has gone beyond employee satisfaction. HR ensures that no stone is left untouched in terms of the achievement of the organizational growth, while also caring to the needs of the employees, all safeguarding employees, diversity, unique talent, and workplace culture. Owing to the vitalized role of HR that plays in an organization, transformation of the HR systems has now taken a center stage. Applying the evolution of people, process, technology, and data to do bettering the human resource management. This transformation focuses on aligning the organizational growth with global development and globalization. It's thereby strengthening the business framework to be agile. I strongly believe HR must step into new future by shifting in 4 areas. Those 4 areas are mindset, focus, lens, and enablers to make the change. When I say mindset, from doing digital to being digital. Our focus should be from center-driven to human-centered solutions. Our lens from compliance and control to trust and empowerment. Enablers to make the change from integrated systems to a unified engagement platform. Few quotes if I talk, like Richard Branson, clients do not come first, employees come first. If you take care of your employees, they'll take care of your clients. Thank you.
Thank you, Arvind Garu, for that opening remarks and setting the tone for today's evening. And now I request Venkat to please play the FTCCI fill-in before we start the ceremony.
(1917), the year when a dedicated organization, the Deccan Chamber of Commerce, was formed to encourage trade and commerce activities. The historical journey of the organization has witnessed great transformation as per the changing needs of the industry and businesses. The Federation of Telangana Chambers of Commerce and Industry, FTCCI, a legacy of excellence, voice of the industry, representing interests of over 25,000 businesses of all sizes, sectors and regions, is empowering industry and trade of Telangana state. A world leader in pharma, a global hub for vaccine, home to all major MNCs, leader in IT exports, and emerging first stop of India. FTCCI advocates a pro-business environment, caters to the needs of MSMEs, budding entrepreneurs and traders through its advisory services in taxation, market information, industry-related issues, B2B connection. The Chamber has its nominees in the state-level advisory committees to help drive business productivity. FTCCI aids in providing certificate of origin for exporters, issues visa recommendation for business travels. The Federation imparts job skills through its dedicated skills center. It has adopted 14 government ITIs to improve the employability of students. With a uniquely global perspective, the FTCCI events reach a highly engaged audience, policymakers and stakeholders aiming towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. Come and be a part of this dynamic and proactive organization. Together, let's realize the vision for a progressive future.
And now I request our Chief Guest, Sri Somesh Kumar Garu, Chief Secretary, Government of Telangana, and also our Guest of Honor, Sri Kodanram Garu, Justice Kodanram Garu, and Retired Judge, High Court of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Our office bearers, Sri Anil Agarwal Sir, President FTCCI, Meela Jaydev, Senior Vice President FTCCI, and also Vice President Suresh Singhal Sir, to please light the lamp and start the ceremony. Thank you, sir. And I now request our office bearers to please accompany our Chief Guest and Guest of Honor onto the stage. Sri Somesh Kumar Garu, Honorable Chief Secretary, Government of Telangana, to please come onto the stage, sir. And I request Justice Sri Challa Kodanram Garu, Retired Judge of High Court of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, to please come onto the stage, sir. And I also invite our Chair of the Committee, Mr. Ravi Kumar, to please come onto the stage, sir. Vice President Suresh Kumar Singhal, sir, please come onto the stage. And I also invite Mr. Kalyan, Director and Founder of Solve HR Solutions, our knowledge partner for this program, to please come onto the stage. And on behalf of FTCCI, we acknowledge the support and cooperation given by our patrons Harivom Pipes Limited and also Sudhakar Pipes Limited and VP Services Private Limited. They are always our well-wishers and they are giving their support to us always, and thank you for the support, sir. Thank you. And now I request our President to please present a plant to our Chief Guest and welcome him. Request to present a plant to our Guest of Honor. Thank you, and once again welcome you all to this prestigious program of the FTCCI HR Awards, and I am glad to say that this is the 4th edition and we have started this in 2017, and in the COVID period there is 1 year break, and there is 2022 is the 4th edition of HR Awards and welcome you all once again. And now request our President, Mr. Anil Agarwal, to give the welcome address.
Shri Somesh Kumar ji, Honorable Chief Secretary to Government of Telangana, Shri Justice Challa Kodandaram ji, Retired Judge, High Court of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, my colleagues, Mr. Meela Jaydev, Senior Vice President, Mr. Suresh Kumar Singhal ji, Vice President and Chair of our HR and IR Committee, Mr. Ravi Kumar ji, Mr. Kalyan, Founder, Serve HR Solutions, eminent jury members, members of the Managing Committee and past presidents of FTCCI, distinguished guests, press and media. Good evening. A hearty welcome to this presentation ceremony of 4th edition of HR Awards 2022. I thank Sri Somesh Kumar ji, Honorable Chief Secretary and Sri Challa Kodandaram ji for their valuable time and gracing the occasion and making it a memorable and special day for all of us and award winners. Sir, I am proud to inform that FTCCI is the only industry body that has initiated HR awards in various categories for small, medium and heavy, large-scale industries at state level. If any organization is said to be employee-friendly, it is only because of effective functioning of HR department of that organization. No other department, let it be finance, operations or marketing, take care of employees' welfare, and they often forget that men and material are two wheels of the same organization and both the wheels has to perform effectively to achieve the desired results. The onus is on the HR department to ensure good employee relations and build the trust and loyalty. Good employee and employee relation is an asset to any organization. We at FTCCI have instituted this award 4 years back to honor HR professionals. The process of selecting winners of FTCCI HR awards took more than 4 months from the date of inviting for nominations. We duly follow the process of assessment and evaluation and is done in a very transparent and effective manner, leaving no scope for any bias. I thank all the eminent jury members for the meticulous assessment and sparing their valuable time and giving us their valuable judgment. The Federation always encourages the industries to excel in every field, let it be any field, by presenting excellence awards. Any award is not only an acknowledgement for success, it recognizes many other qualities like ability, how to handle the pressure, how they have struggled, their efforts, result, and above all, the excellence. Human resources management is an integral part of any business activity, and we generally find that business organizations with best HR practices gain prominence and are successful. Seeing the importance, now even MSMEs are following the best HR practices. I congratulate the winners for their outstanding performance and bringing laurels to the company with whom they are associated. I also congratulate all the companies who have nominated for various awards, and it is their enthusiasm to excel that is very important. I invite more and more companies to participate and make it more competitive so that it will benefit the company. More the effort HR team puts, better the organization turns into. I commend the efforts of all nominees for their enthusiasm and effort to better their work environment. Once again, congratulations to all the winners and my best wishes to all the participants in their future endeavor. I thank all our well-wishers and patrons of our event, Mrs. Hariom Pipes, Mrs. Sudhakar Pipes, and Mrs. Vision Property Management Services for their support. Thank you. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite the chair of the committee, Mr. Ravi Kumar, to please give the introductory remarks.
Good evening, one and all, and especially respected Sri Somesh Kumar Garu, IAS Chief Secretary, Government of Telangana, and Sri Justice Chella Kodanram Garu, Retired Judge, High Court of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, and my President Anil Agarwal and his team, and special thanks to Kalyan also, who has been partnering with us, and management committee members and past presidents, and my colleagues in HR and IR team, and award winners and nominees. In continuation to what my president shared, I thought I'll add a couple of things more. This is the fourth year, as he has already told you, that we have been doing this, and it's an Herculean task, and we are also happy as a committee that we are trying to recognize people, because today the need of the hour is, after COVID, we have each company, the HR department has got to get into that resilience to ensure that you get back into the momentum and then see that the company grows. And all of us feel today that without HR the company cannot survive, and HR people have started recognizing, and this year was a challenge for us because every year we are also growing. I mean, a lot of nominations are coming into the for the awards, and this year we spent almost 3 months, and I would definitely fail if I don't recognize my committee, because it's like all of us have seen, some of you know this, we have a hanging pillar in one of the temples. How many of you know this? Lepakshi or something? So I'm like that, the chair. I'm just a hanging pillar, and the pillar is suspended only because I have stalwarts sitting here in front, and I'd love to take their names. One is Mr. S.L.N. Murthy, Ramchandra Rao Garu, Niranjan, Suresh, Arvind Mathur. He gave the opening remarks. Kalyan is there, Pawan is there, and above all this, these are the pillars who are holding the hanging pillar called Ravi Kumar. And above Ravi Kumar, I have a wonderful advisor who supports me in the form of Harish Kannuri. He's the one who's pulled me into this to do this job, and he keeps supporting me always. And lastly, I congratulate all the winners, and those who could not get it, kindly pass this message to everyone. The advantage of applying for an award in FTCCI HR award function is we give an exhaustive report after you people send the material which we ask for, and this report helps the organization to grow leaps and bounds. So this is an advantage, and apart from this, I also thank the jury who were unconditionally supporting us, and we could manage this. So my sincere thanks to every member of the jury for their time and effort, and I really congratulate the organizations who withstood the vigorous scrutiny. Okay, I repeat again, it is a vigorous scrutiny done by the jury. They had tough time at a couple of times because I was sitting once in a while, I was getting into the room and checking things. And I congratulate the winners. And once again, I sincerely thank our chief guest and guest of honor for gracing the occasion and agreeing to give away the awards. I now request Sri Somesh Kumar Garu to release the report on organizational best HR practices made by our knowledge partner Kalyan and his team, Serve HR. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for releasing the report, and I now request Kalyan to present the highlights of the report.
very good evening to one and all. And my salutations to the guests on the dais, Sri Somesh Kumar Garu, Sri Kodandaram Ram Garu, Anil Kumar Garu, Ravi Kumar Garu, and Jaydev Garu, and Suresh Garu. So I just want to take a bit back that how it all started. This was about 4 years back that HRIR committee of FTCCI was looking to identify an aspect to recognize the business enablers. That's when they felt like HR has to be recognized and the HR best practices has to be recognized. That's how we have initiated, and it is a privilege of ServHR to work with FTCCI and HRIR committee in translating this vision into reality. Let me tell you how we are moving forward with this award. Year on year, we have been getting an overwhelming response. And this year, post-COVID, I don't know, maybe that's one of the reasons that it was a 3 times more response than we compared with the last year. And I would also like to share one instance with all of you. We are a HR consulting company, a technology integrated company. And recently we have audited one large manufacturing company. And of course, we have discussed on the pros and cons, how we have been progressing and how their HR function is. Okay, then we've been talking about how those gaps has to be fulfilled. The one thing the director told me that we will fulfill all the gaps and also we will win the HR Best Practices Award next year. So I'm happy to share that in the industry today, this FTCCI HRIR awards are standing as a benchmark. So that's where we are progressing with that. Please allow me to talk about the current year aspect. As already said by the Ravi Kumar sir and the president, it's all started about 4 months back that we have evolved a mechanism that ServHR has been given a approval to move forward as a knowledge partner, and we structured the entire framework and then we proposed it to the committee and we deliberated that how this, then we have come up with a structured questionnaire on the varied elements of HR, that how do we have to conduct an assessment methodology, then unveiling of the questionnaire. Then we have moved forward in setting up a mechanism where we have moderated with all the participants, and I would like to appreciate the participants that for all the questionnaire and the structured questionnaire what we have given, they have cooperated to the maximum extent and has given us the data point. This is a key factor as for this award. It is not mere recognizing the participant, their data point and their best practice is an input for us to create a best practices report. And that's been the objective which we have been driving, that not only that what you have been practicing, but what is the best we would like to take it to the industry. Then after analyzing the data what we have received from the participant, the other aspect has been the jury. The committee under the guidance of Ramchandra Rao Garu and the ABLE committee, we have structured such a specialized jury. I'm sure participants would have experienced. For every category, I would tell you we have a jury specialized with respective focus area of HR. Then after the jury inputs, we have analyzed, consolidated the data. We have, of course, we have presented the results with a proper structured rating mechanism. And today we have evolved the report. The total time of expertise is 158 hours from the structuring of the questionnaire to the preparation of the report. This is a data point which we would like to present it. Of course, we have 7 categories where we all have been nominated, and today we'll be unveiling the reports, the winners. The other aspect which I would like to take it to all of us, on the structured questionnaire what we have given, what the data points on the best practices which we will be talking about on the key aspects with all of you is, on all the structured questions against the responses what we have received, the entire data has been made on 700 points. The report what you will be having access either through person or through soft copy, the entire data is on the 700 data points. Now I would take up on the key aspects of the report in the interest of all. I will quickly run through, taking the time into the consideration. The rest detailed information would be available in the copy. There are certain aspects which we would like to highlight in the current scenario where organizations are critically focusing with reference to HRM. One of is on the assessment on the recruitment, selection and process, that organizations are looking towards improvement in the sourcing techniques. So the selection, under the recruitment and selection, one of the important aspects is improvement in sourcing techniques. The second aspect is learning programs to be made more interactive and accessible to all the employees. We are making that all the employees have to move to enhancing the competency of their people thing. Introducing of digital platforms and gamification. This is one of the aspects which organizations are looking forward for, an interactive and accessible to all the employees. The third aspect is sustainable performance management system. My HR peers would, I hope they agree that now performance management is no more a biannually or annually affair. Everybody is looking forward for an ongoing performance management system. The key factor and the key input also has been found with the participating companies is technology intervention for sustaining performance management system. The fourth aspect is employee engagement practices. The companies have been looking forward in the structured employee engagement activities aligning their business goals and business objectives. Then I would look forward on the next aspect of the key critical area, analyzing HR functions to make it more effective. The improvement aspect they have looked at is creating necessary HR policies, considering the data point. So organizations are moving forward in creating, not mere creating the policies, but policies based on the data so that they can have a predictive decisions. That's one of the important highlight which has to be noted down. The last but not the least, developing the resilient workforce. Organizations are striving towards develop diverse and inclusive workforce. So these are the three critical factors where organizations are focusing towards. I will quickly take up on the key metrics. If you look at on the key metrics on talent acquisition, 62% of the hired resources are sourced through referrals, job portals and social media. This is one of the aspects now we can highlight. Social media is one of the prominent sources of recruitment. The next aspect I would like to take up on is 5% of the total HR cost is being allocated by organization for L&D. There is an increase in the budget on the total expenditure has been standing at 5%. Another important aspect is 80% of the employees are feeling happy and more competent to perform their jobs post trainings. This is one of the key factors as far as L&D is concerned. Then I would like to move upon on the performance management system setting. I think this is very, very important, and personally I felt it's very an highlighted percentile aspect. More than 80% of the participating companies have been telling they have predefined roles, performance parameters and goals. This is a very encouraging number, ladies and gentlemen, that where we've been talking about in the HR fraternity, that does an employee know that what he has to perform, on what basis he has to will be assessed or appraised, and this is an encouraging number. So we see that 15% of the employee population stands on the top performing and 35% stands at the low performing. And one thing to watch out is 3% of the top performer are exiting now. This is something we have to watch out for. And as far as the employee engagement is concerned, there are overall about 74% of the employees participated in employee engagement. But what has to be watched out for all from a HR aspect is there is a reduction. With an effect of the absenteeism rate is dipped by 3%. So your more active employees, present employees, more productivity. As simple as that. Then I would like to move on to HR analytics. Lots happening there. Participating companies are analyzing the data and also giving the output. The average cost for human capital is 7.5% across participants. The absenteeism rate in the high category of low performance is 9% when compared to the top performance, and average performance is 1.5 and 4.7 respectively. And there are many other reports. Diversity and inclusion, majority of the mid-size and large organizations are actively working to it, and I'm happy to share that there are 3% of the roles are occupied with specially abled, specific ethnic and social group people. That's very encouraging. The gender metrics ratio, on an average there exist 18 females for every 100 males. It is observed that there are 13 females in the junior level, 9% females in the mid-level, encouraging 5% female in leadership role. So that's where the report is all about. The more detailed information, as I said, will be accessible in the soft copy or on the hot copy. These are the key metrics. I'm sure this data points with more detailed information available in the report unveiled would help the industry and also HR fraternity to benchmark their practices with this data points and improvise further. I once again thank you all and also FTCCI, HRIR committee and especially Ravi Kumar Garu, Sujata ma'am for giving us a consecutive opportunity in the 4th edition to be the knowledge partners. We thank you very much. And I would like to end with a simple quote. Great vision without great people is irrelevant. Jim Collins, people are the T, HR are the T. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Yeah, I said I'm a hanging pillar, no? Ramchandra Raghav has mentioned something which I need to share. We had last week a quiz competition online and it was amazing. It was 100 questions, 100 participants were there and 60 questions, about 35-40 minutes. We gave 45 minutes time and it was out of the world. And there are 3 winners in that. 3, madam? Yeah. 3 winners in that which we are going to announce also.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kalyan, for that presentation. And now I invite and request our guest of honor, Sri Justice Challa Kodanram Garu, to address the gathering.
Good evening, one and all. I am not a great speaker. A person who is tend to get into arguments can't be a speaker. So it's always an argumentative, either I win or you win. So in that process, I wouldn't like to get into an argument with you people. Except that, and also the role which has been assigned to me is to ensure that I present to the right people the right prices without messing it up. So I'm happy to be here, especially so far as Federation is concerned. Federation happens to be, it's like my second home. I'd been associated with the Federation from 1988 onwards. And probably in 2012, if I had not accepted office, I would have been the next incoming president in 2013. So it's like a homecoming, and I was readily. It's so funny that you are like into the family. There is no formal invitation. Somebody calls me and says that on so and so date at so and so time you have to be present. They don't even define what is the role. These are all the lessons which the HR managers would be taking home. So they don't even define what is the role and what is the role which I need to perform here. They just said that you be on the so and so time. I commit myself without realizing that on that day I am going to be in Delhi and there may be a possibility of some case coming and I may not be able to catch the flight. Fortunately, I was able to catch the flight and I am rushing from airport to this place. And then I get a call saying that the Chief Secretary is coming. So you rush. Unfortunately, the Honorable Chief Secretary has a protocol today and he will be able to rush fast. Whereas I do not have the protocol, I am an ordinary lawyer now, back into the practice. Then I jocularly said to my friends, ask the Chief Secretary to just arrange that protocol to me also. I will be able to reach fast. What is it I take and you take from these lessons? There is always a cooperation and coordination which is required in an organization to go forward. If that is the one which is there, you all will achieve miracles. As a HR professionals, you are already doing it. That's the reason you are all here for this function. And the winners or losers, it's a matter of, that in a race, in 100 meters or 500 meters, if you notice the time difference between the winner and the loser is only a few seconds. It's not that at that particular point of time, on that particular day, that man has not made it. That's it. That doesn't mean that he has lost. With that spirit, I would implore all the participants, keep participating, and then at some point you all will be recognized. It's just a matter of time. I wish all the participants and also the winners the best of luck and all the best wishes. The role is a very, very onerous role
from the time when in the earlier years, Federation used to conduct a number of training programs with regard to the HR, and the Federation continues to do so. I only have one request to the Chief Secretary. I am open man and I speak openly. And especially now off the office I can speak anything because you can all say that he is a lawyer, he can speak anything he wants. It's easier. Probably it's a time has come where the state itself has to ensure their employees perform and give the best to the state and to the citizens. In that context, I request our Chief Secretary Garu, who is present here, before he lays down office, initiate the process to ensure that process begins, and in which case you all will be able to, I will assure on behalf of all of you, you all will lend your support without asking for any remuneration. With this note, I say thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for that wonderful message given to all of us. And sir, as our chairman has informed, we have conducted the quiz on labor laws for HR professionals, and this was conducted on 26th November, completely online. And I am happy to share that though the final participants were 100, the initial registrations were more than 290, and the quiz competition was so successful that most of the HR professionals post the event, they were calling up and asking us to conduct more such programs to gain more knowledge on the various laws that are related to the labor management or HR management. So I thank Niranjan Rao Garu, Advocate, High Court of Telangana, and also Ramchandra Rao Garu, Director of Human Resources, for framing the questions in such a way that all the participants gained so much about the labor laws and how much they are how much they have to keep up with the change in the amendments of the labor laws and all. So I thank personally and on behalf of FTCCI, Niranjan Rao Garu and Ramchandra Rao Garu for framing those questions. And sir, we also realize that we don't know so many things out of that questionnaire. And thank you very much. And now I announce the winners of this quiz program that was held on 26th November. And sir, as Kodan Ram Garu, as you rightly said, there is a very small hairline difference between first and second winners. Actually, the points scored were equal, but the time taken by the first runner-up is a few seconds more than the first prize winner. So this is a very hairline margin between the first and second. And now I invite winner of the program, Shri N. Venkoba Rao, Senior Manager, Dixon Technologies India Limited, Tirupati, Hyderabad, to receive the prize. I request the dignitaries on the stage to please give the prizes to the winners of the quiz program. And the first runner-up of quiz program is Sri Harikamal Jaligama, Chief Manager, HR, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, Bangalore. And the second runner-up of the program is Mr. Reddy Tirupati Rao, Plant HR Head, Uhamaki India Limited. Uhamaki. What is that? And sir, as we already informed, our jury members have played a very critical role in assessment and judging the winners of the HR awards. And I now request Ms. Vasaki Madhurima to please invite the jury members to receive the memento from our chief guest and guest of honor.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to invite all the eminent jury members to please receive the memento. I would like to call upon Ms. G. Uma Rao, Chief Human Resource Officer, Granules India Limited. Okay. Dr. M. S. Manohar, a Senior Professor and HR Professional. Mr. B. Prasannata Rao, HR Advisor, Coromandel International Limited. Okay. Mr. Nandakumar, Partner, First Principal. Mr. Srinivas CR, Director HR, Accenture Limited. Dr. K. Pradeep Kumar, EVP and Head of HR, Coromandel International. Mr. Arvind Kumar, Member HR and IR Committee, FTCCI. Ms. Sri Vidya Jairam, Vice President Human Resource, Stansted Offshore Services. Dr. G. Raj Kumar, Founder and CEO, HR Footprint Management Service Private Limited. Dr. A. Jagan Mohan Reddy, Retired Professor. Dr. Rukmini Rao, Continental Coffee Private Limited. Mr. Bhaskar Reddy, Immediate Past President, FTCCI. Mr. Suresh Vakkalgadda, Co-Chair, HR and IR Committee, FTCCI. Mr. Ramchandra Rao, SV, Member, HR and IR Committee, FTCCI. Mr. R. Ravikumar, Chairman, HR and IR Committee, FTCCI. After a long sessions of presentation and proper screening, we are finally here to declare the companies with best HR practices under the following categories. Now, we would like to invite the winner of the HR Technology and Analytics Large Scale Hetero Labs Limited, 3SV Jaipal Reddy, HR and team. HO focuses on developing various needs of the employees which are identified either in PMS or through competency assessment, which they conduct biannually. Based on this, they have developed various assessment tools, namely performance improvement plan, individual development plan, probation completion assessment, productivity assessment. The company identifies high potential employees in the organization through various HR technology tools and develop them to the next level leaders. In small category, the winner in talent acquisition and management category, Capta Fintech India Private Limited. Mr. Vamshi Mohan and Ms. Supraja Rao. Born during COVID, it grew from a team of 50 to 60 plus in between 3 waves of the pandemic. A startup company in fintech area, they pride in hiring talent from several remote parts of the country, building a remote team with offices in Hyderabad, Mumbai, Bangalore and Singapore. I would like to call upon Hetero Labs Private Limited, Mr. Jaipal Reddy. The next award in the category Talent Acquisition and Management Medium Scale goes to Nova Agritech Limited. Mr. Venkat Uday Kiran, Vice President and team. Ever since the Nova Group started, it is strongly believed that professionals, qualified employees can do 100% justification to their jobs. Through Nova Campus, they connect with The next award in the category Learning and Development Medium Scale goes to Energy Tech Global Private Limited. Energy Tech Global Private Limited is the part of the Energy Collective Group, a global retail energy and technology business incorporated and registered in New Zealand. The beauty of ETG lies in employees first culture. ETG believes in providing meaningful work, positive workplace and good opportunities, focusing on learning and development for all the staff members. The purpose of the company is to care, lead and grow. The next award in the category Performance Management and Review Process Medium Scale goes to Om Shri Papertech Private Limited. They are engaged in manufacturing of craft papers. They achieve production level of 30%, more than its installed capacity in the financial year 2021 to 22. This was possible because of management foresight and the strong HR team. The performance management review process enabled to recognize and value the services of employees and improvement of work culture, innovative skills through training programs. The next award in the category of Excellence in Diversity and Inclusion, large scale, goes to Alpla India Private Limited. An Austrian plastic manufacturing company, Alpla India began its journey in 2006. The company has modified the traditional approach of hiring. Even before hiring women, employees have an unconscious bias discussion with the Silvassa team, involving parents and guardians throughout the drive from hiring to onboarding. The next award in the category Employee Engagement Strategy, large scale, goes to Signod India Limited. Signod is a leading transit packaging provider, lays special emphasis on building agile, empowered and engaged workforce, enabling them to strive towards personal and business growth. Signod develops uniform and well-structured employee engagement strategy for all employees across all units. Before I call upon the best HR leader of the year, I would like to invite Sri Rupesh Bolas, Managing Director, Hariom Pipes, to please come on to the stage. Thank you, sir. The best HR Future Leader Year of the award goes to Mr. Srinivas Rao Ganta, DGM Human Resource Robo Silicon Private Limited. Srinivas Rao Ganta played a key role in driving HR processes and instrumentalizing people practices in the area of recruitment, performance, learning, engagement and handling grievances, policies and systems to improve the scalability of the overall function and build experience through employer branding. He led various management. Finally, the Jury Appreciation Award in the category Best HR Manager and Future Leader Year Award goes to Mr. N. Pavan Kumar, Deputy Manager, Human Resource, ITC Limited Food Division. Mr. Pavan Kumar handled Greenfield projects at ITC Limited, Women Diversity Plant, first plant in Telangana state to operate with 90% female diversity. He was instrumental in ensuring all the licensing activities of the Greenfield projects and setting up the HR policies in ITC Limited, Hyderabad plant. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. I thank all the dignitaries on the dais for giving away the awards and congratulations to all the award winners. And now request our Chief Guest, Sri Somesh Kumar Garu, Honorable Chief Secretary, Government of Telangana, to address the gathering.
Honorable Justice Sri Challa Kodandaram Garu, retired Judge, High Court of Telangana and AP, Sri Anil Agarwal Garu, President of FTCCI, Mila Jaydev Garu, Senior Vice President, Sri Suresh Kumar Singhal Garu, Vice President, Ravi Kumar Garu, Chairman of this important event, particularly on Human Resource and Industrial Relationship Committee, Mr. Kalyan Rao Duva Garu, Director of Serve HR Solutions, who made such an interesting presentation, Ms. Khyati, Ms. Sujata, and all the winners and all others members of this august body. A very good evening to all of you. I am very happy to be part of this event. Last year I missed it, but today I am very lucky to be here. It is really something very commendable that FTCCI is doing the 4th edition of this. Why it is important? Because all of us know you may have whatever asset you may, but it may run into crores, thousands of crores. But what makes a company or an organization is the human resource. Therefore, it is not just that people apply, but when they apply, they are also themselves evaluating. So while the winners should be very happy that they won this important award, but those who did not win, for them it will be also a great learning. Because as you write the various portions of the project or proposal, you will realize that okay, maybe this is one area which we need to improve. So it makes a very, very big and important contribution. Our state is a newest state, just about 8 years plus. But what it has achieved during this period is really remarkable. Whoever comes to Hyderabad, every time they really go in a state of, amazed. They go back, say, and they tell us also that last time when I came it was like this, today it has become like this. Your state and your city is growing like anything. If we see the figures also, they are very interesting. When Telangana was formed, our GSDP, which is for the country it is GDP and for the state it is GSDP. It was just 5,05,000. And last year, it rose to 11.54 lakh crores. An increase of not 20%, 30%, 130%. If you look at the per capita income also, when the state was formed, it was just 1.24. Today, I am happy to tell you that we have crossed per capita income of the state is 2.79, 125% increase. While all this gets attributed to the way this whole thing has been done, the state has been put on the track and the aspirations of people have been made, while our Honorable CM has given a proper and dynamic leadership. There is, because of his efforts, what happened in Telangana is, it is a very employee friendly, government. All the measures taken by the government, actually, basically what it is when we say employee friendly, it means that the basic principles of human resource management, HR, is being followed. For many years they were not given promotions. For many years they did not get what was due to them in terms of increment. The policies were such that an employee has to, they used to suffer for small things, like getting a medical reimbursement or something. Over the years, all has been changed. We are now one of the best paymasters in the country, the state. There are very few states which give more than us. At times we were worried also that if we give such a hike, whether it will really lead to growth or can we sustain it. But we found that every pie that you invest on the employees or your human resources, it pays you back 2-3 times more. And that is why we are able to give good benefits. At the same time, our economy is growing like anything. We have been very open to any suggestions. Whatever comes, we take it and we try to implement. I will go back pre-GST days when I had just joined as Principal Secretary for Commercial Tax and Excise. The day I joined, after that, every day I was finding that there will be a call from somebody. They will say, please post so and so person in Madhapur circle as CTO. I did not understand why so much of crave for that. So I called for the data. I found that there is a place which is so small with only 500-600 taxpayers. And Madhapur circle, because it grew like anything over a period of time, it has some 8,000 to 10,000 taxpayers in commercial tax those days, and later it became GST. And we found that, there was so much of, discrepancy. Some of them were very loaded, some of them were very less. So we went for rationalization. What we did, in the single Madhapur, we created 6 circles. And after that, and we did it across the state. Now nobody calls me to post this person to Madhapur or this place or that place. Why I am talking about this is, in our organizations, the roles, the jurisdiction, etc. also needs to be balanced. And this is one of the important tasks of the HR. That if you make something very attractive and you make something very, very, unattractive, people will have these kind of tendencies. So everything, if we can take care, we can actually make our organization, it may be a government organization, it may be a state organization, it can be made to grow. It is very important that, I personally feel that whoever is the person dealing with HR, he can actually make or mar the organization. Our CM has told me many times, the last 2 years we are not retiring anybody because we extended the age. He has told me, we gave instructions also. Somebody has put life, entire life for you. How do you treat him on the last day is also very equally important. When somebody retires, at least some minimum things we can do. All of you, I know in private sector you do, but government also is an integral part of the entire ecosystem. He says, see that all the benefits which are due, give it to the employee in a small function. You organize a function. Put a, garland, give a bouquet, give a box of sweet, put a shawl, and also all the checks that he is due, his gratuity, everything, hand it over to him and give him a car. If suppose he may be having a car, he may not be having a car, but see that somebody from your office takes him and drops him at his home. The respect that we give to the employees is what actually brings our organization into a totally different level. So I am very happy to be here. I will not take much of your time, but I really enjoyed the presentation by you, because I really found, but I don't know whether it is the cause or it is an effect. I was talking to Justice also, whether people who are absent. Actually, you showed us that those who are high performers, their absence is only 1.5 to 4.7. Higher side of, so yes. While those who are low performers, it goes up to 9%. Yes. So maybe, whether it is because of this or because he does not come, that is one question. The second question is that maybe he does not enjoy the work. So can we create some, more, enrich the work? Yes. And therefore, doing some small things, which I see in private sector happening, that they come even on the birthday, they come there, have a small, just during lunchtime have a small cake cutting or something, costs us hardly a few rupees, but it makes such a big impact. And you rightly said that today technology has become, if a HR company or a company does not use technology for measuring performance, it is of no use. What we did now, some of you might, if I ask, did any one of you got a call from the commercial tax department recently? Yes. What? Yeah, no, it will come. So what happened, there is a small thing. What is that? Is that GSTR 3B and there is another thing 2A. These are two things. So if there is a gap, it basically means that you are into a business where you cannot use your input tax credit. Suppose I will give you an example. Suppose hospitality means restaurant is there. Restaurant, you cannot use, if you get something from outside, you cannot use it as ITC. You have to just pay a composite of 5%. Similarly, hospitals are there or breweries are there. So they get something from other state, it is called as IGST. You cannot use that ITC for that. You have to show it in a particular column. If you don't show, we don't get the money. Your money is gone. So what we did through our app, and through our IT system, we identified 52,000 people who has this issue. You will not lose your money because it is already gone, but the state does not get the money. So I put 560 people to call, and you will be surprised. I was getting on my table every 1 hour how many have been called, how many has responded, how many they said that their phone number is wrong, or they said that they did not take the call. How it was possible? To collect these information itself, it will take you days. One call itself. Here, because the phone was going through the app and it was recording in the system was generating what is happening, how many people are called. So technology becomes this thing. I am happy that you have taken the lead and doing this. It will definitely spread the word that HR is so important, and it will also raise the bar, because now you will get better people, more interest will come up, and in the process the entire industry is going to grow. So I will again like to congratulate all the winners. I thank all the honorable dignitaries for giving me this opportunity to participate, and especially the people who have made this great thing happen. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir, for that address, and also, and we are coming to the last leg of the program, that is vote of thanks, and I invite our Senior Vice President, Sri Meela Jaydev Garu, to propose the vote of thanks. And before that, I request the President to present the memento as an honor to our honorable guest, Chief Secretary, Sri Somesh Kumar Garu. And request our Vice President, Mr. Singhal sir, to present the memento to our guest of honor, Sri Kodanram Garu. And for vote of thanks.
Thank you very much, Sujata. Thank you for all great evening. My heartily congratulations to all the winners and best wishes of greetings of the nominees. I thank you, our Chief Guest Somesh Kumar Garu, Honorable Chief Secretary, and Sri Honorable Justice Chella Kodanram Garu, retired High Court Justice of Telangana, Andhra Pradesh at that time, for gracing of the occasion, encouraging award winners and nominees. All the eminent jury members of their time and service given to the Federation, Chair and Co-Chair and members of HR and IR Committee, FTCCI, and their strong support to the activities of the committee. My colleagues from Managing Committee, respected past presidents, participants, for the being of the great evening. And above all, the Secretariat team who have made great arrangements for this success of the event. Mr. Mahesh, who have coordinated jury meetings and coordinating the nominations and assembly. I thank you very much, Mr. Srinivasov, who designed the promotion of the material and backdrops, Mr. Rajesh, who made all the arrangements and all the stops. Especially thanks to Kathy and Sujata and Veena Garu for organizing all this day-to-day basis working. I thank you very much. Wish you all the best.
Thank you everyone, and thank you Honorable Chief Secretary Garu and Justice Chella Kodanram Garu for your gracious presence on this memorable evening. And I request everyone to please join for high tea, that is on ground floor.
Hi, good evening to one and all present here. I thank FTCCI and jury members for bestowing me with Special Appreciation Award under the Best HR Leader category. It's a great honor for me to receive this award in this fantastic evening from Principal Chief Secretary. I take this moment to thank my factory manager, Mr. Vijay Krishna, and my divisional manager, Employee Relations, Mr. Vijay Prakash Singh, for their continuous support, guidance and encouragement. That has not only helped me in accomplishing my goals, that has brought me here today as a full-fledged professional. Thank you, sir. Thank you, FTCCI.
Hi, my name is Shivakumar Ganta. I represent Robo Silicon. Thank you. It's a happy to be here for the HR Awards from FTCCI. And it's been a great journey with FTCCI during the assessment process, and thanks for the jury for choosing us for this prestigious co-vetted award. And thank you once again.
Hi, I'm Vamsi. I'm CTO and co-founder of Capita FinTech. We are a Singapore headquartered company with a presence in India. We have gone through this process with FTCCI, and it was preparing for this process itself was a great experience for us. We had to collate all our practices and send in the application to FTCCI. The interview process was very smooth, and it was a very engaging discussion with the panel. And we are very excited that we got selected for the first prize in the HR practices category. And it's also very motivating for us that we got recognized for our practices.
Hi, myself Jaypal Reddy, represent Agrolat Limited, one of the leading pharma company based out of Hyderabad. Working with FTCCI, we are privileged to work with FTCCI for winning HR Technology Award in the large scale sector. So they have planned meticulously, they have planned everything in the assessment. So jury, we had a presentation, and it was very nice experience in participating in this award in the large scale. Future definitely it's going to help us in retaining and attracting talent in future requirements. So thank you FAPSI for giving us this opportunity for participating in this award. Maybe in future also we are going to participate in many awards, going to win the many awards.
Well, it's really proud for us to be associated with FTCCI and getting this award. The journey was pretty, we could say, interesting journey for us because we've gone through the selection criteria for learning and development and showcase what is it that we're doing well in the learning and development space. And winning this award is very prestigious for us, knowing that FTCCI as an organization has done so much for all the organizations within the Hyderabad and surrounding Telangana areas. We feel very honored to be recognized for all our efforts in the learning and development space at the NGT Global. So thank you so much FTCCI for the recognition. It is well cherished and probably a memorable day in the history of NGT Global for us.